Hey everyone, welcome to Camden Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to be diving in to the NHL Draft Special. That's right. I'm going to be making my top 10 predictions, 1 to 10, what I think is actually going to happen. And I've got a second list of what I hope is going to happen. You came to the right video. Thanks so much for being here. We're going to hit the promo and we're going to dive right into it. You don't want to miss this. All right, everyone, we're going to dive into this awesome conversation. I've been really struggling with this list because there's things that I want to happen and there's things that I think are going to happen, and they're not the same. They're not the same. So I'm so pumped to share this with you finally. And of course, this is just a prediction video. We're going to find out if I'm right or wrong. And yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy because there's some things that I'm going to do. For example, I think the NHL draft, now it's going to be what I would consider a little bit boring. And what I mean by that is I think it's going to go pretty status quo. The thing that will make it more exciting, and I'll get into certain picks, if there's some trades that happen, and I'm really hoping, and I'm serious, I'm really hoping that there's some awesome trades that are going to take place. I really hope that something gets shaken up and something happens. Now, there's lots of rumors going around, but I know it's really difficult to make trades. I would personally love it if my Canucks traded and got a 4th or 5th pick and didn't have to give up didn't have to give up 3rd pick to do it. So, but I that's just the thing. I heard a lot of teams are talking with San Jose right now. Some teams have contacted Toronto. I mean, you would have to give a boatload to get what Toronto's wanting. But I think San Jose could definitely move if given the right package. The Vancouver Canucks possibly could trade back, but I don't know. So let's dive in. There's too much of this talk. I'm going to dive into my top 10, and I'm going to bring this down because you're going to see it anyways. And here we go. This will be my top 10. This is what I think is going to happen. This is just going to be standard. This is exactly what's going to happen here. And I hope I'm wrong. But I think if there's no trades, barring no trades, okay, the Leafs are going to stick with the 1st overall pick, okay? And what they're going to do is they're going to pick Gavin McKenna. This is just a no-brainer. Now, I do think there's a world where Stenberg could, because as you saw in my last video, the top 10 or top 5 positional rankings, you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But Stenberg, I have McKenna 1A, Stenberg 1B. I've been talking about this for a while. I feel like it's the Taylor Hall, Tyler Seguin year. Either one you're going to be happy with. They're both wingers. They're both very skilled. I think Stenberg's a little bit more NHL ready right now. He's also the better two-way player. I can see a scenario where Toronto picks Stenberg, okay? But I do think they take McKenna. I feel like if Toronto doesn't take McKenna, they might riot. I'm just kidding. Sorry, bad Vancouver joke. So, I think McKenna goes there. This is just what I actually think is going to happen. Then I believe, and I'm hoping they don't, but I believe that the San Jose Sharks are going to take Stenberg there because they have just drafted Celebrini, Will Smith, and Misa as their centers, and they're going to go with a dynamic winger in Stenberg. If the Leafs go Stenberg there, they're going McKenna number 2. But I think this is what's going to happen. So what it means is do the Canucks take a defenseman? There's been lots of talk about they're interested in Verhoff. I have Reed as the higher guy, but I think they're going Caleb Malhotra at 3. In fact, what worries me about the Canucks is I think they have Caleb Malhotra above Stenberg. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think with the hiring of Manny Malhotra, how do you pass on his son? The worry about Malhotra there is that Manny Malhotra's rank wasn't he drafted first round 9th, and he became a third line winger or third line centerman. He was great defensively. He had a good year in junior. Malhotra seems to be the guys that everyone thinks is the best centerman coming out of the draft, but I think he's a tier below these other guys. I think the Vancouver Canucks take him. It's the writing's not well. Can you imagine hiring your dad, and you have an opportunity to draft the son, and you don't? That doesn't make any sense. I just don't think it does. And all these people they can't do that because his dad's going to be biased. Listen, he's the third pick. If you don't play the third pick, you should be fired anyways. So whether you play him and you're a little bit biased, who cares? We need this guy to pan out. But Kenny I think of him as a 2C, a second line centerman as his ceiling. I don't see him as a 1, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's better than I think. Okay. I think the Canucks take him at 3rd, which now means that the Chicago Blackhawks get one of their biggest points of need, and they get Chase Reed at 4. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? I think there's this scenario that's running through my mind that the Chicago Blackhawks are going to win this draft because they're going to get someone so stinking good. Whether it's Chase Reed, whether it's Stenberg, they are going to get something awesome at 4. You're going to see on my next one who they end up getting. It's crazy. Okay, so the 5th pick with the New York Rangers, I think they go Verhoff. Big, right-handed shot defenseman, just like Reed. Would have preferred Reed probably just because he's American, but Verhoff probably going to have a good career. Man, he looks fantastic. And I think they go with size and skill. They're going Verhoff. And then 6th, that means 6th, Calgary. Look at all the options they have here. And I think what really happens is they go Carson Karls. He's a left-handed shot defenseman, can hit, can score, can play good defense. He can do it all. The only challenge with him is he just did it this year. This year, he just went nuclear, had a phenomenal year. Okay? That's what I think is going to happen at 6. I don't want him to go there at 6 because I like him a lot. 7. So this is the problem. We've got at 6 and 7, we have 2 of our division rivals picking, and they're going to get some good players. I think that Diego Bjork is going to have a very good career, and he's going to do it in Seattle. They need not everything, but having a guy like Bjork is going to be a real big addition. What Bjork's doing with adult opponents. He's playing in an adult league. Guys, it's great. What he's doing at the Worlds, he's young. And everyone's like, oh, he's small. No, he's short. What is he like, 5'9"? He's only 4 pounds lighter than Caleb Malhotra, and nobody's questioning his size. He's going to be a short, stocky guy who has tons of skill and upside. I don't know. I don't have a man crush on him, just saying that. But I just like the way he plays. Seattle's going to get an awesome player at 7. Number 8 is Smits with the Winnipeg Jets. If they land Albert Smits, they are going to be the Latvian the Latvian player who is, I think he could do it all. The comp for him is Detroit's star defenseman, Seider. The guy is unbelievable. He was 5th in Norris Trophy voting this year. That's his ceiling. That's his potential. I don't know if he'll get there, but I think the Winnipeg Jets take him and develop him. They know what they're doing when it comes to defensemen. They're fantastic at getting guys like that. Man, so that leaves 9th and 10th. Florida Panthers get Wyatt Cullen. Oh man, he's got some skills, guys. He's got some skills. Looks like he's a forward. Hopefully, he can be a second line forward on this team one day, but they're going to develop him. And then I think the Nashville Predators are going to, at 10th, just be happy to get Tynan Lawrence, who was ranked as the #1 center. But Malhotra and Bjork have leapfrogged him. Okay, so this is my top 10 what I think is actually going to happen things. I want to get into your comments real quick about that. And then I'm gonna go into a promo, and then I'm gonna show you what I really want to happen. Okay, so I'm glad you're here. This is my realistic. This is what I think is going to happen at the draft. Okay, so Cliffy says Reed over Malhotra. That's fair. It's fair. Why all the hype on Malhotra? He's so Kirby Doc and Kotkaniemi all over again. Maybe, but we shouldn't be drafting based on current need. Listen, the Canucks need everything. Chase is the best player available based on your mock. I would agree with that statement. Absolutely. But Reed has the potential to be one. Yes, I agree. Sports Muppets is saying Vancouver Canucks need a D. They need everything again. But I would take Reed there over Malhotra in real life. But CMAP says he might be the best center available this draft, but how do we know that there isn't a better center than Malhotra next year or the year after? That's a great point, CMAP. That's a great point. I would be very disappointed if we take Malhotra. I think you need to prepare yourself. I really do. I think the writing's on the wall, man. Remote viewer says Calgary Carls to pair with Perek is awesome. He's absolutely awesome. So that would be bad news for us. Mark's in the building. I think the Sharks are going to go defense. Take Reed. That's fair. It's fair. They might. I hope they do. Reminds me of the Makar Quinn Hughes draft. Lots of franchise D-men, but thin on forwards. Yep, it does. That reminds me too. We should trade Hronek for a top 10 to 15 pick and then pick Ryan Lynn. I'm okay with trading him and getting that. I just don't know if I like the Ryan Lynn pick there. I don't know if I love that. I like him. I don't know if I love him. I think there's better players available. Bjork may be a generational. I don't want to throw the word generational there. I don't think there's the only players that have potential to be generational would be the defensemen. I think there's 4 great defensemen there, and but I don't want to use the word generational. I think impactful, #1 pairing defenseman there. I just don't know. I wouldn't say that McKenna or Stenberg are going to be generational. That's just, it's once in a generation, and you can't have a generational player every 2 years. So, but anyways, Bjork in playoffs in his career, he has 2.16 points per game percentage, or power play goal percentage. No, 2 point. Interesting. Just tell me why the Canucks would draft Malhotra over a Reed, Karls, or Verhoff. They believe they need a center. That is the answer. You're right. They need help everywhere. Great. I would love to trade down and take Carl's. There's never been a top 3 pick traded in this salary cap era. Good point. Canucks are not one piece or one center away from contending. I agree. Bruce says there's at least 3 big centers next year in next year's draft. So the Canucks should take Reed. They won't get DuPont. That's a fair comment. That's a totally fair comment. I'm okay with this. But can we just say something? Tyron Lawrence was projected as the number 1 center going into this year, and now he's dropping like a rock. He just had a bad season. So Jack says, just pop it in the stream. No hope, Malhotra. That would be a dumb pick, in my opinion. We're probably taking him. Good Lord. Yeah. And then he goes on to say, I don't know if they're going to take Malhotra 3rd. I'm going to start to doubt the new front office. And I think that's a huge error. CMAP says McKenna and Stenberg are going to jump in the league next year. Malhotra is likely a few years off. Yep. Most of these guys are a few years off, guys. There might be 3 people that play in the NHL next year, like literally 3 of them of these 10. Yeah, it's an entry draft. We can draft Reed using our 3rd, then maybe trade Hronek for our top 10, 15. I don't think they're going to trade Hronek, but I think you're right. Yeah, I think you would go some kind of like Belches or someone like that. Jack, taking Malhotra blocks your 2027 pick unless somehow you recoup the EP40 value and ship them out. That's fair. Okay, let's dive into what my hopes are going to be. Okay, what my hopes are going to be. So I'm going to hit the promo and we're going to get right into it. All right, well, let's dive in. This is what I think's going to happen. Now, this is what I hope's going to happen, okay? So I hope that Toronto, if they take McKenna, which I just think they're going to, I'd want them rather to take Stenberg and somehow get McKenna to us. That's what I should have said, actually. I really hope that San Jose takes Chase Reed at 2. Because if that means that means we have a shot at Stenberg. I think Stenberg's going to be a very good winger in the NHL. I'd like him. And a lot of people are like, no Swedes. That's just a bad take, everyone. No more Swedes. Come on. I think Bjork and Stenberg are going to make a difference. I think Gustafsson is going to make a difference in this league. Now, is Gustafsson, the defenseman, going to be a top pairing defenseman? Remains to be seen. I'm just saying that he's going to have a good NHL career. So he's not on this list, but I'm just saying you can't say we're not going to take a Swede because he's Swede. First of all, you went from Alvin, who gave Pedersen the big contract, and then you heard all the rumors, and I think that's why they kind of let him go, because he was going to take Stenberg if we could. But now you hired the Twins. You still have the same draft the scouts. There are this idea that we're going to not draft Swedes anymore because they're Swedes is just like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. If we get Stenberg, I'm going to be so excited. You have no idea. If we get McKenna, I'm going to even be more excited. Okay, so this one, this is where I think Verhoff goes to the Chicago Blackhawks. I think they're still going to go defenseman. They're going to go right here, and they're going to get Verhoff. And then number 5, I think then the New York Rangers take Malhotra and say, listen, we need a young center. It's going to take a couple of years to develop. By then, our centers are going to be real old. and we're going to need somebody, and they're going to go Malhotra, and then Calgary's going to be stuck. And Calgary's either got to go defense or they're going to go with a forward. And I think when they moved out Kadri, they wanted to get a center here. So it's going to be Tynan Lawrence. They're going to take on the potential, and they're going to go there. I'm not sure if I'm convinced on Tynan Lawrence yet, but I think Calgary goes center there. And then Seattle goes and gets Smits, and it's just pumped, because they believe in this Latvian. I know I want to say use another L, but I can't say lucky. I can't say lover. I can't say Latvian star. How's that? And then if that happens, the Winnipeg Jets are going to be thinking that they won the draft lottery with Carson Carls there. That's what they're going to think. And then Bjork is going to land with the stinking. And this is the problem that sucks about this one, is they're going to get Bjork. They could get Bjork there, but they're loaded at center. So they'll give him time, but I think he's going to be ready to go before then. So maybe they'll still take Cullen there, but I'm going to say then the Nashville Predators take Cullen and be very happy with that pick. So, yeah, so I would love to hear what you guys are thinking about my hope list. I guess I should have switched it, put Stenberg at 1, McKenna at 3, but I think that's a little too unrealistic. Nice chat. Thanks, man. Thanks. Appreciate that. Jack says, I'm fine with waiting for prospects. Problem is Canucks won't. Aquilini will rush them. Will he? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he will rush them. I don't know if he's going to have that. If the team really wants Malhotra, that's fine. They better trade down then. That's why I made that video about that. We're at a critical point that we need to gain big value, big time. Malhotra at 3 is literally the least value we can do, and you believe that it's dumb. I'm all for trading back. I trade back with Calgary and hope that Malhotra gets to you. That's what I'd hope. And if not, pick Bjork. So Justin says, I'd think Aqua would push for Stenberg if he's available, as he could step in next year and boom, rebuild over. But probably just boost tickets. It would boost ticket sales for sure. Florida could get Larkin too. That's true. They could get Larkin too. There's 3 teams. Vegas, Florida, and who's the other team? Can't remember. Is it Dallas? Can't remember. Stenberg might be Swedish, but he's not soft Swedish like the Sedins the Canucks have brought in. Ogren is not also. I don't think this is the biggest misconception in my opinion, is that the Twins were soft. They were super strong. Nobody was better on the boards with the puck than them. They were the best. They might be the best in NHL history. That's how good they were along the boards. Now, you needed a guy to stand in front of the net to get those nice passes from them and score, but I wouldn't say they're soft. Like, just because they didn't fight back doesn't mean they're soft. Now, Elias Pettersson, you could use that as the argument for soft Swede. Most people feel that way, but I mean, he's pretty small too. Jack, Bjork isn't a Panther type. Give them Hronek and take 9th overall. I'm cool with that. Stenberg is actually not a bad choice. Hopefully he can play well with Pettersson. But if that line played well, it would put us out of contention for the DuPont Cup. That's the problem. That's the problem. And you got to think about the Manny bump. It's going to be the Manny. He's a better coach. We're going to get more points. We're going to get more wins with Manny. But how many more? We're still going to be bottom 3, in my opinion, at this stage, especially with all the injuries and all the challenges we have. And especially if we go with a guy like Malhotra, who's going to take a couple years. Hey, Coach Rob, really good to see you. Glad to have you here. Beer Baron says, yeah, the thing about this draft is that it doesn't feel like a huge difference picking 3rd or 4th or 5th. Trade down might be okay. I think go down to 6 or 7, trade with Calgary, get 2 second-round picks as well, and or go trade with Seattle and then get their other first round pick. That's what I would do. If we were going to go Malhotra, I would trade with Calgary and hope to get him with the Calgary pick. And if I go trade back to Seattle, I would trade back to get Bjork and their other first rounder, and I'd be happy. Latvian launcher, I like it. Or Stenberg can boast that trade value of Pettersson, right? I know you want him out. Japan 4, I like it, and I'm okay with Reed also, but I'm not sure on Malhotra. A lot of Canuck fans seem to be not sure on Malhotra. Oh, the Wild. It's the Wild. Larkin's in on the Wild, Vegas Golden Knights, and Florida Panthers. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Marcus, loving this chat tonight. I have more hope with this new management. Kind of worries me. Thought still nothing on the analytics department. That doesn't bother me yet. But yeah, it's still, they need to get something done. CMAP, I didn't say anything about the Sedins. You didn't? My apologies. Stenberg might be Swedish, but he's not soft Swedish like the Swedes. Oh, I thought it said Sedins. Dang it. My apologies, man. My apologies. Please forgive me. You're right. Who doesn't want McKenna? He goes first. There are some Leaf fans that want Stenberg. I know them. I've talked to them. Swedes aren't soft. Just because a certain player making $11 million is doesn't mean the rest of the country's players are too. Same thing with Americans leaving. I agree 100%. That's why a lot of people don't want us to take Chase Reed at 3 if he's available, because they're worried he's going to leave in a couple of years. You're going to hear that narrative if we end up getting Chase Reed. You're right, though, Jack. Might not be bottom 3 if Demko actually plays the season. Jax, you're not wrong. Sports Card Mania says rejection. I just logged on Stenberg at 2nd. You just logged on, but if you look at, this is what I say. Stenberg goes at 2nd. This is what I actually think is going to happen. Okay. This one is what I'm hoping. Look, see, it says RevTrev's hope list. This one says RevTrev's top 10. I think that's going to happen there. So we'll be right at the bottom, right where we want you, Jax. Okay. Guys, McKenna is soft. He's just a very skilled, soft guy. He's super skilled. I don't think he's soft. Can't trade Calgary. They want Malhotra. Okay, that's fine. We still get 2 second-round picks out of the deal, and you get Bjork. I'm happy with that. Or you get Verhoff, or you get Smits or Carls. I would totally make that trade. I'm saying Bjork. No, wait a minute. Let's go back here. Can't trade with Calgary because they want Malhotra. If Stenberg's there at 3, Calgary's picking Stenberg, everyone. They're not taking Malhotra. So I'm just saying Bjork is on par with a Bedard or a Caulfield type player. I don't think he is. I just think Bedard is way better. I think Caulfield is way better. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Malhotra to the Canucks. That's what I was saying. Unfortunately, I have Bjork above Malhotra, by the way. Yeah, did you watch my last video, man? The top 5s, you should go check that out. You'll be very pleasantly surprised. Supposedly, Larkin trade is open to 6 teams now. Oh, that's good to know, Japan 4. Good to see you. What is this? What is what? Stenberg at 2nd. Yeah, I just explained. You didn't come at the beginning of the video, so I had what I believe is going to happen, and then this is my hope list. You just go back to the beginning of this video, and you'll see it there. We can trade Reed Quinn Hughes style if he wants to leave. That's true. That's true. You're forgiven. I love the Twins. They were tough beyond physicality. Yep, I agree. Gravely, good to see you, my friend. This is my resident Chicago Blackhawks fan who always comes in. Hi, Hawks have no interest in Verhoff. If Stenberg or Reed are not available, we'll trade fourth. Oh, so you think that they're going to trade the fourth? This is incredible. This is incredible news. Okay, so they have no interest in Verhoff. Really? Huh. Well, I mean, it'd be exciting because there's a trade. Who do you want there? If Stenberg and Reed are not available, who do you think? Well, you think they're going to trade back? But if they didn't trade back, who do you want? Please post it in the comments. Japan says, what are the chances we trade Demko before his no trade kicks in? I think slim to none. Nobody wants that trade. Justin says, the only thing I'm not sure about this front office is that the Canucks have been the worst run franchise, but they didn't really bring in anybody new. Is this a mistake? Did they lowball Evan Gold? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. I know it concerns me too. Jack, yeah, sure. If your team sucks for a decade, an American player will leave. Boo-hoo. Guess what? I'll take 4 first-round picks rather than a superstar. Plus, we're building right this time. That's fair. Why do you hope Reed goes second? So we get Stenberg at 3. If we get McKenna or Stenberg, I am going to be over the moon excited. That's why. Sundin might go with the Swede, Stenberg, or Bjork. He's not going to go Bjork. He's not going Bjork. He would be run out of town. He'd be fired before he even got to the beginning of the season, everyone. It's Stenberg or McKenna. That's it. That's it. Nothing is perfect. Remember, for 18 months, thanks for the support. I would be so stoked if the Canucks get Stenberg. Does any part of you think the Leafs take Stenberg at 1? Are Sundin and Cheka crazy enough? I don't think they're going to. I just really hope that they do. But the problem is it still ends up being the same thing. I still think, and this is my realistic one, if McKenna goes, or if Stenberg goes 1, McKenna goes 2. Imagine Celebrini and McKenna. Wow. How would they pass up on that? Okay, go back to my hope list. This will work. Carroll's. Okay, what about them? So I don't think Toronto's going to go Carroll's there. Vegas is in on Larkin. Does the cap not apply to them? They can move cap stuff. Gavin at 67. Are you saying 6'7"? I don't know. Jack, really, Gravely? What do the Hawks want? Okay, we're going to get there. Carl's would be my pick at 4. Rather get Nyes and OEL for a 4th and a prospect. That's a big one, man. I like that. I like what you're thinking there. So you're saying that you're just doing what you want for the Canucks. Dude. Okay, sports card. Listen. This is what I hope happens. This is what I think would be best for the Canucks if Stenberg goes to Vancouver. The top 10 list is what I think is going to happen. And unfortunately, McKenna and Stenberg are both gone. And I think that Malhotra is going to be drafted by our Vancouver Canucks. I am worried that the Canucks have Malhotra over Reed and over Stenberg in their rankings. I'm very concerned about that. But again, could be wrong, but we're going to find out real quick. It's coming up soon. Jack says, I don't know if San Jose takes McKenna if he falls. I think it's Stenberg or D-Man for them. Yeah, that's fair. That's possible. York says, showed in the top 25 in bench press and Central Scouting Combine. Yep. Yeah, he's strong. He's strong. Yeah, I guess. Let's just see. Did you hear that Gavin McKenna is for sure going to go to the Maple Leafs? Yes, that's what I'm hearing over and over and over again. That's what I keep hearing is they're taking McKenna. We'll see. Doodle, great to see you, Jacob. Hope you're doing well. Love your content. Keep it up, man. You're doing awesome. Beer Baron, San Jose will take Stenberg. It won't be a smart move because they have no defense, much less any superstar D-man on their team. But Greer will be impulsive, in my opinion. Again, this is what I think will happen. I think San Jose is going to take Stenberg. This is what I hope. Actually hope happens. We'll see. Jack, don't believe it, Sports Card Mania. It's draft lying season. People lie. People do lie. Oh, good. You're doing great. Hope you're doing. I'm doing awesome. It is now for sure. I glaze Ivar Stenberg. What is I glaze? What does that mean? I like. I like Stenberg a ton. I'm a huge fan. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, does this does this one happen, everyone? This is my realistic one, or does this happen? I need to change this list. It'd be so funny if I put down Stenberg at 1 and we got McKenna at 3, but I just think it's not going to happen. I just think the Leafs are going to pick McKenna. So I think it means he's very good. Okay, cool. Well, you're the one who wrote it down. So what is I glaze? Agreed. Greer takes best player available, trades for D-men as it goes. See, that's the thing. Best player available, but they need a defenseman. It's hard to get right-handed shot defenseman, everyone. That's the only hope we have to land a guy like Stenberg or McKenna. Could you imagine? Okay, just imagine for a moment, okay? I'm just going to – if Stenberg goes 1 and San Jose goes crazy and goes Reed number 2 and we get McKenna, Canuck fans are going to lose our minds. We're going to be so happy. It's going to be crazy. So, draft is done. McKenna's already picked, I guess. Sounds like he's the consensus, man. San Jose is on the clock. Hey, listen, I'm just telling you my opinion, Jack. I'm just telling you my opinion. You tell me. Should you subscribe? Of course. But everyone will say that. Of course. I make tons of content. And I love chatting with people. So if you like that, if you like passionate, realistic, and honest Canucks content, NHL content, hit the like and subscribe. San Jose is Sam Dickinson. It's great. Yep, they do. Stenberg is better than McKenna. I think he's more NHL ready right now. But we're talking about over their careers, who's going to have better careers. Most people think that McKenna will have a better career. If Stenberg is gone, we should trade down. I agree, Adam. I agree. I that's why I made that video about it. I'd want McKenna, Stenberg, Reed, or Bjork over Malhotra. I actually have that exact same scenario. I agree. Jack, now I was talking about the report saying it's McKenna. It probably will, but draft isn't for another few weeks, not a few minutes. Okay. Sounds good. You're right. You're right. Anything can happen. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it. Japan, subscribe, like to the man RevTrev. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, I agree. San Jose needs to draft Reed. Greer, although has always drafted best player available. But what if you could get both? Best player available and your need? Why wouldn't you do that? When it's that close, why wouldn't you do that? This is what I'm saying. I think Reed is the best defenseman available. I think this draft's loaded with great defenseman talent, and you've got two guys right there, Verhoff and Reed, who are right-handed shot defensemen that you would want on your roster. Just saying. Agreed. He is more NHL ready. Yeah, Stenberg's more NHL ready, but who's going to have a greater career? That's who you draft. Dope Glazer, okay? You're a good content creator. Thank you. I appreciate that. Reed might be best player available at 2. He might be, Jax. And that's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm banking on. That'd be great. How is San Jose going to get a D-man if they take Stenberg? Who is even available? Exactly. It's very difficult to get. That's a great question, Jack. Okay, everyone. So we've got a couple more here. They aren't going to be top 2 again. This is their best chance at a stud. Celebrini can't elevate his wingers. He's fine. Celebrini can elevate his wingers. He's fine. You know what? Apparently it's too late. It's 11:22 p.m. on Tuesday, June 9th, and I just need to go to bed. That's what I need to go because I can't read anymore. All right, everyone. This is where we're at. Japan 4th, the last comment of the night. Watch San Jose trade number 2 and somehow get 2 stud D-men. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Agreed. I think San Jose fans are just too idealistic, thinking they'll just simply trade for a star D-man. Nobody giving up. Right? Who do you think is going number 1? McKenna. Maybe the difference is close enough to draft Reeds. If so, please, Canucks draft Malhotra. Oh yeah, because you want Stenberg. That's my fear. That's my fear. This is my fear. That they go McKenna, Reed, Canucks go Malhotra, and Chicago gets Stenberg. You'd win the draft. Dude, this is what I think is going to happen right here. This is what I think is going to happen. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. And we'll find out in very soon. What are we on what did I say? June 9th. So it's the 26th, and then we're going to go. So have a great night, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Believe in blue. We'll see what happens at the draft. And of course, always go Canucks, go.